But I'm excited, Adam. I'm excited.
You and me both, but mostly I'm excited because of how excited you are. So, everybody, welcome and thank you for joining us today on this, well, in where I live at least, very sunny Friday afternoon. It is lovely to have you all here. Let me explain how it works, and then we can get into the meat of it. Basically, for the next half hour or so, somebody requested at least 30 minutes, somebody requested less than 30 minutes, something in that region, maybe topping out at 45, who knows? We haven't decided yet. Eddie and I are going to talk about loads of things to do with Warhammer 40,000. We're going to show you some videos, we're going to show you some new models and reveals, and what makes it all the more exciting is all the thousands of you who have joined us from where you are in the world. I love it. You've already started blasting us with where you are. Everywhere from New Jersey, Oklahoma, Manchester. Someone's on a craft world. Well, I'll believe it when I see it. Sweden, Philadelphia. I love it when so many Warhammer fans from around the globe get to pile in and share this experience with us. So thank you, wherever you are, for signing in. If you're wondering how to get in on the chat, you need to be a subscriber. It helps slow the pace a little bit. You can subscribe either by being a subscriber through Amazon Prime subscription or by following the subscribe button and working it through there and using real life money. Or there's no pressure. You can just join in the experience. I'm sure somebody will ask the questions that you've got. So if you have a question about anything you see today,
Hi, Kevin.
Please feel free to ask it. The chat is going so fast, we'll do our best, but we'll make no firm promises on covering your question. Yep. Right.
What else? We still got plenty of people joining us. I think everyone.
Yeah. I'm not keen to rob them of the excitement. It's quite fun watching everybody pile in. Somebody from La Paz, Mexico. That's cool.
That's cool. I think we had some pretty exciting stuff yesterday. I think the internet got particularly excited. We saw about a particular crab.
Yeah.
If you were with us yesterday and you had a highlight from the stream, then let us know about it. But off the back of what we saw yesterday, the particular winner, I think, so far from yesterday at least, was the Idenethitkin Doonclaw, a crab who seemed to win hearts and minds yesterday on the reveal.
I think crab might be the runaway favourite for Warhammer Fest 2021 so far, and he's got some firm competition. When you think back to Monday and the amazing things that we showed for Warhammer at Age of Sigmar with the Soulblight vampires, quite frankly, Radikar the Beast is like a amazing model, and still. Doonclaw, the crab, is holding his own in the hearts of our fans. And
can you guys hear my audio, or are you?
There is a little miniature that in amongst the reveals today that I think, for me, beats the crab, even on the kind of adorability scale. So I think I'm interested to see if the chat agrees with me. If there is a certain type of player in the chat, they may. But I think we might be ready to have our hearts won again by another little plucky.
My prediction is this is going to be.
It's quite interesting seeing what other people have found to be their favourite. Somebody says Dilac. Somebody says the Thunderhawk was spot on. If I was picking a favourite thing today, based on what we've seen up till now, it's either Radikar the Beast because he's just that good, in my opinion, or it's finally getting Gaunt and Elim Rawn in plastic.
You were particularly excited about those. I did say.
Yeah, well, I love loads of different Black Library novels, but Gaunt's Ghosts, I've just followed that series for so long. It's like entrenched in my Warhammer soul now.
I think if you speak to a lot of Warhammer fans of a certain vintage, anyone who's been playing Warhammer for more than maybe 5 or 10 years, who's kind of remembers the start of that series, has been following it. Dan does a very good job of making you very attached to characters and then kills them, which makes the series very memorable.
So you get through quite a few books before anybody of real note dies, and then
that's how he gets you. That's how he gets you. He lures you in. You're like, this seems like a nice, wholesome kind of family drama. Everyone's getting along. We're getting some scrapes, we're getting some lasbolts flying over our heads, but no one's significantly dying.
Well, I mean, the casualty rate is horrendous for the Ghost, but wow. Yeah. Okay, so of course I should. Just inform you all of the other people behind the scenes helping the stream work. Big shout out to Notley and the moderators who are going to keep the track.
Dear future, you are more uncertain than ever, but I am more determined than ever. Now with free virtual resources on RBC Future Launch at Home, I'm empowering myself today to be ready for whatever comes tomorrow.
Running smoothly. Thank you so much for your help, and also to Raph, the man behind the machine, our tech priest extraordinaire, who is going to make sure that everything works. And he says, "Yeah, Raph, love, put it right out there in the chat." He says we're ready for our first reveal video. We'll see you right after this.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, it's 40. I guess we'll probably get multiple.
Ross, this is the plan, and it's proper cunning.
Oh, wait, we just saw this already.
Them big idiots.
Oh, this is
right
yesterday's
nearby.
stream.
So there's expecting
Oh,
us
I feel
boys
stupid.
to charge.
I feel pretty stupid. I just went to their Twitch page and I assumed it was going to be the most recent stuff. Oh, okay, so we actually have half an hour just to talk. That's what I was hoping. I was wondering why it started so early. Okay, let's go back. I thought I was watching today's stream because I never listened to what those guys say anyway. No, I thought I was watching today's stream. Yeah, I just clicked on their page and it already started playing, so I'm going to watch today's stream. So I was just cleaning up my desk anyway and not doing much, so I figured I might as well go live. I confused myself. I just clicked on their Twitch page and saw that they were live, so I just kind of panicked. But I guess we still have half an hour. So we can just enjoy ourselves, hang out for a bit. But basically my prediction is that today we're going to get the reveal of AOS 3rd Edition. So that's why the title is what it is. I don't have my terrain, I don't have my other camera set up right now. It's just going to be me and a picture of the beast Snaggas. I know, I'm definitely going to order that box. So how is everyone doing? Yeah, it's going to be 3rd edition no matter what. I'm pretty sure we're going to get a 3rd edition reveal today. Oh, I love the crab. Of course I love the crab. We all love the crab. I think we're going to get... My prediction is that we're going to get Orcs and Stormcast. But the Stormcast are going to look kind of like more retro, maybe even a mix between Cities of Sigmar and Stormcast. I think this is going to be like a nostalgia. A nostalgia box. It would be very cool if it was Lizardman, but I don't think it's going to be. I mean, we'll probably get honestly, we'll probably get multiple reveals today. We might get Horus Heresy as well. I'm assuming they saved all the big stuff for the last day. If 3rd edition is true, what army should you get? I mean, you should get whatever. Oops. You should get whatever army that you like the most. I wish I had my other camera set up so I could actually do something. I guess it's just going to be my face for the next little while. Oops. The announcement is in 20 minutes. So pretty soon. Pretty soon. Yeah, I do have a color scheme in mind. I can show you if you want. I just put it up on my Twitter yesterday. Let me find it for you. So, there we go. So that's gonna be my Beast Snagga's color scheme. Kind of like crab red armor. I might be making it crab themed, we'll see. Yeah. So that's my colors for my new orcs. I mean, that might also be the color scheme for my, if there's going to be 3rd edition orcs, like I think, then this will probably be my orc color scheme for both my orc armies. Hold on, I just got a text. It would take a lot of crabs to kill Nagash, Jordan. It's because I don't stream very often, Keegan. Yeah, so... Who sent me the letter on Instagram? You're gonna have to wait and see. You're gonna have to wait and see. I mean, if you look at who I tagged, that will probably tell you. But I think we'll be getting bigger crab. Of course, eventually. I mean, they saw how popular it was. We'll probably be getting some big crab units for Idneth eventually. Oh, thank you, Elliot. Oh, thank you, Rominator. Thank you very much. That's nice of you. I'm doing well. I'm just looking forward to the new edition announcement today. I've been doing a lot of 3D printing for my next project. How do I get to the... Hold on.
Okay, we'll get back to...
You want to know your greatest strength?
Boyish charm, good looks. Critics are raving about Tom.
Damn it. How do I get to the live? I guess I have to wait until they actually go live to see it, right? Come on. What's with these ads? I guess I should subscribe to not have ads. Sorry, everyone. I'll just leave that up, and we'll go to the real one when it starts. Why not a lobster as well? I agree. Yeah, I think we will definitely be seeing some cool stuff today. I really hope it's AOS 3rd edition. how do I show people that I'm... Oh, thank you so much, Michael. Thank you. That's nice. I'm just doing this for fun, but I appreciate the donation to the channel. I'll put that back into buying paints and stuff. I've been pretty happy with the reveals so far. I thought that the reveals for 40K were a bit safe. I still like them, but they weren't as out there as like the wacky stuff we've been getting for AOS, but that's pretty much par for the course. I don't think it'll be vamps versus cities. I think they will do a big vampire box, and that'll come way before the... Because I think if the box was vampires, they would have saved that reveal until the 3rd edition reveal. The way that the story's been going is an invasion of Azir, so I really think it's going to be Azir versus Destruction. That's my... Whether that means Stormcast or whether that means cities and Stormcast, I think it's definitely going to be Azir versus Destruction. So probably Orcs versus Stormcast if we're like lowest common denominator. I hope it's something more interesting, but I have a feeling it's going to be Orcs versus Stormcast. Oh no, nothing's been confirmed. The title is just clickbait. The title of this stream is just clickbait. Nothing's been confirmed, but it's just a common prediction that a lot of people have, and I agree. That's an interesting question, James. I think we will probably get... Oh, I wonder, actually. Yeah, I wonder if we'll get a... I'm guessing we'll probably get a battle tome for vampires that will be compatible with both editions. Because I don't expect 3rd edition will be that different from 2nd edition. It'll just basically be an update. Yeah, I think they're going to go for that classic orc versus human vibes because they've been noticing that nostalgia really sells, and I think they're going to try and hit really hard with that nostalgia. That's my guess. But we've also been getting more content for cities, so it's also possible it might be cities of Sigmar. I don't know. I mean, that would be cool. If we got a new goblin faction, I'm almost kind of expecting... I'm kind of expecting an equivalent of the Beast Snagas, but for AOS. So, like, maybe combine... Like, almost like a throwback to the old goblins and orcs from... like Warhammer Fantasy Battles. That's my guess. I think 3rd edition is going to be almost all about nostalgia. I don't think we might get a tease of Old World stuff, but I think Old World, the game, is probably a few years off still. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we got like an updated Empire line. Yeah, I honestly don't think the Cursed City thing is GW's fault. From what I've heard, the people who printed the cardboard components went bankrupt, so they can't make any more. Because like if GW could, they obviously would make more. I think it was something internal, and that's why they went like radio silence on it. I mean, maybe that's what the surprise is. We'll get a Cursed City reprint. I guarantee you it's not Tomb Kings. I will make another Hobby Basics. I'm sorry. What keeps happening is companies keep offering to pay me to make videos, and I need the money to pay down my crippling debt. So that's why I've been doing a lot of sponsored videos. But I will return to, I am still planning to do more hobby basics. I think I'm going to change up the format a little bit, and so that new people who want to jump on can jump on rather than making it like a requirement that you did the whole series. Yeah, I think it must be something legal that they can't talk about, because otherwise, why wouldn't they be commenting on it? Unless we get them commenting on it today. That's also a possibility. Exactly, Christy. Beastmen should just go destruction. Interesting. I don't know much about Beastmen, but yeah, maybe. I agree, Girl DM. I don't think we're getting Britonia, but I think it wouldn't surprise me if we get new Stormcast that look more like knights, you know, like old school, like Britonia. Because we already still have Britonia. It's called Flesh Eater Courts. I already have. I pretty much just use whatever brushes the companies send me. I haven't run out yet, so I just use whatever brushes I have lying around. Thank you, Daniel. Yeah, I do plan on returning to hobby basics. I'm just trying to figure out how to make it work for the channel in an accessible way that new viewers will be able to jump on. I've definitely been thinking about it. They've already announced that was the end of the vampire line. So if we're getting more vampires, it probably wouldn't be until later this year. Yeah, I have a feeling we're gonna, if we get more Stormcast, it will definitely be like throwback Stormcast, like Stormcast that feel more like Empire. Oh, if you're wondering what I'm working on an, I should probably just show you here. I'm working on an Old Hammer army. So this is gonna be, the next video is Old Hammer. So that'll tie it. If we do get a reveal that is a throwback to Empire, that will be good for my next video. Yeah, I'm working on an Old Hammer Empire army. That'll be the next video on the channel. No, Redgrass Games hasn't sent me the nipper, but I've heard that their nippers are really good. I like their brushes a lot. I agree, Zach. What Zach Maples just said, I agree 100%. The new Stormcast chamber that is opening is one that is much more chivalrous than other Stormcasts. It'll be spiritually a throwback to Britonia, but it is not Britonia. I agree with that. I think we might even see them riding horses. I think it's definitely going to be like knights versus orcs. Yeah. Thank you, Mitch. We're not doing... There's not going to be more Tomb Kings. Just, you can still make Tomb Kings. Like, just use the rules for Ossiarch Bone Reapers. Only a few minutes left. It's almost time to be live. I don't know how do I share the link? How do I share my live link with Twitter? I don't see where it is. I could show off your thumbnail in Discord. Let me see if I can do that without revealing all my Discord stuff. Let me see. If I can figure it out, then I absolutely will. Oh my god, I love your thumbnail, Mitch. Wow, I'm gonna be taking inspiration from this thumbnail. Okay, hold on. Let me figure out, I'll see if I can figure out a way to share it with the Wow. I'm really impressed with what you got going on there. I don't think I have a way to share it with the chat, but you guys should subscribe to Tyrannosaur because he's part of the collab we're doing this week, and you should go and subscribe to his channel now so that you see the video that we're doing together later this week. I love that thumbnail so much. It really makes me, I gotta up my game. I also really like the title. I'm gonna be definitely taking some inspiration from that for my own stuff. I think this is the most viewers I've ever had at once on a live stream. Third edition confirmed. Oh shit, we only have a few minutes left. 3 minutes left. Are we live? Watch now. Here we go. It's live. Okay, let's go. Okay, so it should be starting any minute now. I hope I don't get a cease and desist for just copying their stream. I'm not monetizing this, so I hope that Games Workshop is okay with me doing this. I mean, AOS, like pretty much all their games get a new edition every 3 years, and it's been 3 years, so I think it's pretty much a given at this point. But I doubt that it's going to change the rules very much. I think it'll more likely just be like a story change. A story reboot. Oh, okay, I can probably show it then. Let me see if I can. I'm new to this streaming thing, Mitch. Sorry, I will try and figure it out, though. Exactly, yeah. Broken. It's like just like the way Psychic Awakening preceded 40K's new edition. Broken Realms is the same thing for AOS. I think it's pretty obvious at this point. And let me try and find. I'm going to show off Mitch's thumbnail. Where I can share this. Just have to be really careful not to crash my computer with too many tabs open. There we go. You can see Mitch's thumbnail. This is the big collab we're doing for this week. With a few different YouTubers who you might know. We're all building Oldhammer armies. Very. I need to up my game. So yeah, go and subscribe to Tyrannosaur if you haven't already. I love that the title Tale of 1d6 Warlords. I think we should definitely go with that. Anyway, back to the stream. Because it's live now. Or it was live for a second. Are we ready?
Let's just pretend that never happened, eh? Can you hear me now? Somebody say it. Great.
I'm gonna make my
everybody,
face
and
small
welcome
so you guys can
once
see.
again to day 6 of Warhammer Fest 2021 online. My name is still Adam Troke, and I'm still joined by my good friend and colleague Eddie Eccles. It's our pleasure to be with you today. How are you doing, Eddie?
I'm not doing too bad. It's been a very fun week, Adam. We've seen 5 days of awesome Warhammer reveals. A lot of models getting people very excited. A lot of new books and expansions on the way. One particular crab and a squig getting people particularly excited, and they're currently having a fight on the internet for people's affection, which is, you know, all good times.
I've enjoyed it. I think a meme review of the best of Warhammer Fest 2021 would be well in order. The things that crab has been up to since yesterday. Been pretty good. So, what we have today is our 6th and final day for Warhammer Fest, where we're going to reveal something quite exciting. Everybody here at Games Workshop, the Warhammer community team, and the Warhammer Studios is really excited for you to get your first glimpse of what we're going to talk about today. Before we do, some ordinary housekeeping. The first thing is to welcome all of you properly. It is so lovely to have you all in the chat. A quick glance to the monitor to my left suggests there's already more than 24,000 of you who found time on your Saturday afternoon, morning, day, wherever you are in the world. Here it's raining horrible, and there might actually be nothing better to do. But regardless of your situation, it's lovely to have you with us.
I'm sorry, guys.
The chat has already got the gist. They know I love to do it. I love to know where you're from. It's so exciting to see so many Warhammer fans.
Should I just turn off the sound entirely? Or maybe I can get the sound from just that window? Let me see what I can do. Sorry, this is my first time doing this.
Yeah, it's been really cool, and wherever you are tuning in from in the world as well, let us know what your favourite thing has been so far from Warhammer Fest 2. Yeah, I think particular favourite. If there's something covered in Warhammer Fest 2021 that has delighted you, what would it be?
Oh wait, I have an idea. What if I use headphones? Where are my goddamn headphones? If it is capturing sound from in there, maybe this will work. Let me know if you can hear both sounds. Oh, wait. If I turn off... Okay. Let me know if this works.
Well, so it's been fun, but yeah, certainly not just them. I think the stuff we saw for Age of Sigmar at the start of the week, Kragnos in particular, has caught my eye. I might try and find a place for him in my army.
Yeah, I think I struggle to disagree. I think my favourite thing might have been seeing your reaction to the orcs, to be honest. But I've very much enjoyed somebody says my display cabinets. That's a strong contender.
It's fixed. Okay. I can't hear what they're saying, but I mean, I guess I could put on my headphones.
Gaunt and Elim Rawn being number 2. I think I'm super excited to get.
There's been a lot of very exciting.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah,
awesome.
You're not wrong.
Let's do it.
So let me tell you, everybody, how this is going to work. We've got some videos to show you, some cool things to reveal, and we'll be with you, I would say, probably the next 25 minutes, half an hour, maybe a little bit longer, depending on how things go. We have an interview from the Warhammer studio. I think my dog has just started kicking off, which is a delight.
We can't hear him, Adam, but if we do,
let's go.
Yeah, no kidding. So I guess there's something.
That makes so much sense, Arthur. I'm going to have to remember that from now on.
Which is, before we kick off sort of the proper Warhammer festivities, we wanted to talk about something quite different, just for a few moments, which is this week we at Games Workshop were saddened to learn of the passing of Richard Halliwell. anyone who's been associated with Games Workshop hobby for a long time, and particularly with the Warhammer component of it, will be familiar with his work. Richard was part of the original team responsible for Warhammer's first edition, alongside Rick Priestley and Brian Ansell. And beyond Warhammer, the game of Fantasy Battles that he was responsible for the first edition of, he was also the creative powerhouse behind lots of other rules and settings at the time, things like Space Hulk and Dark Future, to name but two. To all of his friends and family, and to anyone else who's been saddened by the news of his passing, we want to offer our most genuine condolences. And we have a few slides that we're going to show which just help us remember some of the contributions he's made to the Warhammer hobby in a really fond way.
Oh, I love that. Wow, this artwork's amazing.
Do you want to pick it up?
Yeah, cool. A great contribution to Warhammer, I think you can all agree, and thanks for those of you in the chat who've been sharing your thoughts. We've got one other piece of news to talk to you about before we dive into the reveals and announcements proper. Warhammer Fest is usually an event that we host in the UK, sometimes in Birmingham or in Coventry, somewhere central in the UK, and it's an opportunity for loads of people to get together and to get excited about Warhammer all together. We haven't been able to do that this year because of world events, but it has been absolutely wonderful to see all of you guys join us online and tune in for these preview shows. One of the things that we weren't able to do, though, as part of the preview shows and the online event here, is Golden Demon, which has been part of Warhammer Fest since its inception. So we've got a little bit of Golden Demon news for you before we dive into the rest of the event. And it is to say that Golden Demon will be returning in 2022. Both to the UK and to America.
Golden Demon this year.
And the next Golden Demon show will be hosted at Adepticon in near Chicago in March 2022. So if you are looking forward to the return of the world's premier Warhammer painting competition, you won't have too long to wait. And if you are thinking of competing, maybe start thinking about what models you want to be painting now. So exciting news for painters. One other piece of news, this has obviously been a fairly light year in the past year for events, but we are delighted to announce that Games Workshop events will be returning very soon. And one of the very cool headline things that's going to be happening is there is a Warhammer...
Uh-oh, computer's chugging. Sorry, guys.
US roadshow coming to the US, to cities like Orlando, New Orleans, and Austin, which will be a great event which will have Warhammer 40,000, Warhammer Age of Sigmar tournaments, and will culminate in a final in Los Angeles, which is very exciting. So a whole new season and suite of Warhammer events will be coming very soon. So keep an eye on the Warhammer community site for more news and details as we get it.
Awesome. Right. So let us proceed to, I guess, the heart of the matter today. Raph, do you want to play a little something which will tell everybody what we're going to be talking about for the rest of this reveal show?
Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go! Called it! Oh my god, the music.
Thank you. There we have it. A lot of people guessed correctly in the chat. It was quite interesting watching you all speculate. But the thing that we are going to preview for the very first time are those first glimpses of the next edition of Warhammer Age of Sigmar. Eddie, what's your first take?
So I think a lot of people correctly predicted that we were about due for a new edition of Warhammer Age of Sigmar. It's been a very exciting time for the Mortal Realms over the past few months. A lot of people have been looking at the Broken Realms, quite rightly surmising that something fairly big and significant was coming. The events of Broken Realms have, of course, been earth-shattering, certainly the final installment, Kragnos, not least amongst them. But they are all leading to something, and that something is a brand new edition of Warhammer Age of Sigmar, which means exactly what you think it means.
I am so excited.
Incredible new storyline, great new rules, some great box sets that are on the way, and we're going to take a little look at some of those new miniatures and hints about some of those bits of lore and things in this preview today.
Right. Well, let's not hold back. Let's.
Well, the real question is, how much are they going to show us? Is it just going to be quiet? Called it. It's going to be an Azir army. Wow. Oh my god, I'm going to cry. Oh my god. Was that... Wait, was that...
that was our first ever sighting of Indrasta, a brand new model for the Stormcast Eternals faction in Age of Sigmar.
Oh my god, okay, she's Stormcast.
So this is Indrasta, the Celestial Spear. So this is a brand new top level hero for the Stormcast Eternals. Something very different, something very new.
I love that she has real angel wings.
A new age for the Age of Sigmar. She is a monster hunter extraordinaire, almost without peer across the mortal realms.
Oh my
and where she sits in sort of the hierarchy of the heroes of the mortal realms is she is on a par with someone like...
There are legit tears in my eyes right now. I don't know if you can see.
She's one of Sigmar's top heroes. He's imbued her with the power of the realm of heavens itself.
Honestly, this makes so much sense. Why aren't there more Stormcasts who are inhuman looking? They're being recast anyway.
The thrust of the Stormcast Eternals into the mortal realms. An absolutely stunning miniature. So I think the Stormcast Eternals are not short on great miniatures. They've got, you know, dragons and drakes and heroes and all sorts, but she is probably out of the gate the best looking Stormcast Eternal model we have seen yet. So a slightly different aesthetic in terms of, like, she's got the celestial angle, I suppose, has been extrapolated. She's got like almost angelic sort of form. Those weapons are reminiscent of some of the Stormcast weapons we've seen previously, but kind of slightly morphed and different. There's some new kind of runes on that model as well, both on the armor and the weaponry, that might have some hints into the lore. Who knows? We'll find out a bit more about those later. The base is really interesting as well. You've got a kind of really fun thematic swamp-esque looking base.
So I wonder if they're just going to tell us more about the story, and we won't actually see the starter set yet. That's kind of, I wonder.
In this new edition of Age of Sigmar.
Ooh, subtle. I like it. Yeah, I think having a good look at her, you get to see just the things that we're familiar with in the Stormcast Eternal range, the Sigmarite armor with its sort of really distinctive style and patterning. She's got incredible wings, and some of the other Stormcast Eternals that we've seen with the ability.
I love this new vibe for Stormcast.
They're made of light, haven't they? And I think of the Celestial
They look,
for example. What we see here with Indrasta,
it's more like human looking rather than
wings.
Faceless. I love this direction for Stormcast.
And then she has weapons really majestic in their power and appearance. I understand from the scuttlebutt going around the Warhammer community office that the spear in particular is incredibly dangerous as a projectile weapon.
Yeah, so
really
she is the kind of hero that's you're gonna use to take
this makes me actually want to start a Stormcast army.
From a gaming perspective, she has a lot of synergies across the Stormcast range. She's also got some synergies across the Order range. She's the kind of hero that kind of transcends a single alliance. And much like the Celestant Prime, she fits into any of your Stormcast forces as well. So she can show up in whatever kind of form to help out the Hammers of Sigmar or the Anvils of the Helm Hammer or any of the various different Stormcast hosts. The miniature, I think, it looks like a painter's dream. So there's a lot going on. That's a lot to like about this, and we'll get a chance to have a look at some lovely close-ups as well on the Warhammer.
I mean, yeah, the Stormcast are basically angels. It's cool that they're going in this direction.
Detail, but a really stunning centerpiece kit, and I think we're going to see this as one of those ones that painters are going to really show off their skills on. So. Really lovely sculpted armor, probably a little bit subtler perhaps than some of the Stormcast armor we've seen before, a little bit lighter, perhaps a little bit more kind of artificiated than the kind of out of the box Stormcast, I suppose. She is definitely a unique and interesting individual rather than a mass-produced warrior.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the chat has just pointed out a really interesting thing. There's a typo on that slide. We'll get it fixed for when they go live on WarhammerCommunity.com in a little while. Don't you panic. I can't believe it. You know, so many good intentions. Well, I think that was a pretty exciting way to herald, as it were, the announcement of the new edition of Warhammer Age of Sigmar. But she's not going to come alone, right? One being by themselves.
No matter how powerful a hero, the Mortal Realms are a vast and huge place, and she is only the spear tip of a brand new push for the forces of order into the mortal realms, and she is going to need some foot troops to back her up.
Of Sigmar. Cities of Sigmar. It's just going to be Stormcast. But we can hope. We can dream. Is it cities? It's Stormcast. Whatever. I'm still into it. I'm still here for it. Oh, I love this new direction. They're less Space Marine, more like their own thing. I love that. I love it. I love it. This is what I wanted.
Eddie, you just said you were excited to talk about these guys. Hit it.
Yeah, so this
They
is
look
a new
very
type of
like
Stormcast. This is a
sorry, I'll be quiet. I want to hear this.
Stormcast, and they are wearing Thunderstrike armor. So there's a few things to pull apart there. So I think first off, let's start with the armor and why these guys exist. So for those of you who are,
I love how they're more vertical and less like
of
horizontal,
Realms,
like Space Marines.
For those of you who maybe haven't read your latest edition of the Broken Realms and haven't got to the end of Be'lakor, please close your ears for 30 seconds.
Oh, I haven't. Hold on, I'm not going to listen to this. I'm still reading Be'lakor.
Basically, cast the shroud across all of the
no spoilers, guys.
The Stormcast Eternals previously upon death used to
I'm just
zap up
gonna.
into the realm of heaven to be reforged.
I'm almost.
They now
I'm
can't
so
always
close.
do that.
I only have
They
one
can
chapter
swirling
left of
cloud
Be'lakor.
chaos, and basically they are losing the war of attrition.
But I heard that
because of
something
chaos
bad
because they
happens
cannot
to the
reforge
Stormcast.
anymore. So Sigmar, alongside the Smith god and the various different.
So I'm just gonna not listen to this and talk over whatever they're saying.
Type of Stormcast armor. It's Thunderstrike armor, and effectively what happens is that when these warriors
Check my Twitter
perish,
notifications.
rather than just bolting back, they have a much more solid connection to the realm of heavens, and they almost literally explode in a cascade of lightning.
Yeah, I have a feeling now we're not going to be getting the full reveal today of like the new box set,
which almost always gets them back home.
I think we're just going to get a few.
So it's not 100% safe route back to the realm of
that
heaven,
is
but it's
sexy.
safer than it is for the
This
other
is what I wanted. Something like more
original.
like they're not just trying to be Space Marines, but in fantasy.
These guys, they can send.
They really look like their own thing. I love this.
Chaotic of environments, then they can come
It's
out.
done. Okay, cool.
Yeah, I think what we're seeing is a very, very dangerous time in the Mortal Realms, even to be a Stormcast Eternal. And the Vindictors.
This is really giving me some like Hades vibes, you know, like
itself,
Greek.
I mean, the chat
mythical.
was pretty impressed by that. I think it's fair to say, and I certainly am. It's that iconic image, isn't it?
I'm just gonna
Large
refill my
shield,
coffee. I'll be right
awesome
back,
spear.
guys.
You can imagine these fighting in phalanxes and sort of cleansing the mortal realms of all the foulness.
I wonder how big they're
I
gonna
really
be.
like. I really like these. I think they're my favorite.
I wonder
of
if
all the
these are
various
taller
Stormcast
than
infantry aesthetics.
regular
You've
Stormcast,
got your
or
kind of basic liberators
Who
and
knows?
the kind of mason and shield wielding versions. You've got the archers, but these guys have almost a kind of classic archetype about them. Absolutely, as you say, you can imagine phalanxes of them moving forward. You can imagine them like moving in perfect lockstep. They feel to me like a slightly more realistic armor, if that makes sense. So that kind of chainmail, I really like that inclusion in the miniature. They're slightly lighter, I suppose, almost that the armor looks more. Looks like it's still very heavy armor, but it's more kind of form-fitting. So you get the kind of sense of the warrior inside it a little more, perhaps.
I love how people in the
cool
Twitch
well.
chat
Like,
are calling these Primaris Stormcast when really they're the
Warhammer on them.
opposite.
But
Like
there's this
they look
really
less
nice
like Space
stylized image
Marines.
of the Sigmar's face on the front of it there that looks like it'll be lending itself really well to a painter's brush.
Yeah,
one of the things that's always been nice about Stormcast armies.
I would definitely love to paint this entire army in the Hades style.
Yes, my Hallowed Knights army was good enough to feature
These are all the new ones.
back in the days Warhammer Visions, and that's mostly.
Sorry if I'm being annoying.
To the quality of the models rather than the quality of my painting ability. What we see here is some
I love this.
examples of how you're going to be able
So
to paint
much.
in the colours of the different storm hosts.
They really feel like their own
are
thing.
Sort of the poster boys, I suppose it's fair to say.
They're on the posters.
Well, weren't quite right. But they look incredible in some of these other colour schemes. The Celestial Vindicator really looks fantastic to me.
Yeah, I really like.
Wait. Do the girls still have high heels?
One of the things
You
you can't quite make out
fuckers.
maybe on that resolution, but
Am I-
you can if your television's really nice. They've made
No,
they've
they
got
don't,
sort of,
they don't.
battle chips across the armor. So
If they
one
do
of
that
the
again,
things
I'm
you're
gonna be
starting to see
so
with
mad.
the Stormcast is obviously they get broken and reforged and like sent down to battle, and their armor kind of gets battered.
They don't.
Through all of
Sorry.
the wars and things.
False
So
alarm.
I think you're starting to see some of that creep into the paint schemes and things for these guys. So they're looking really good. But I think every one of those color schemes looks great.
These are great. I love them so much.
Always a winner and a nice easy one to paint. But you've also got some really nice alternatives there. I think the Celestial Vindicator, as you say, looks brilliant because everything looks great in turquoise. But
Penguinosaurus Rex in the chat called out a thing I really wanted to say, which is the pose.
Oh, the old ones absolutely had high heels. I mean, wedges. But here, I'll show you. I have one.
It's fantastic, and it encapsulates that image of the phalanx that I want to recreate. The idea of locked shields, Stormcast Eternal Force, sort of pushing outwards is just
yeah. The last wave had like heel wedges. It was very weird.
It's fair to say we're pretty hyped about these guys. Here's a piece of art of another thing. Eddie, what can you tell us about this?
Love this. Love it.
You were talking about poster boys earlier on. I think
they're really just going more extreme with the I just love it. I love it so much.
In your local store or similar. This isn't a Vindicta. This is a different warrior. This is an even heavier version of a Stormcast. And wouldn't it be great to see?
I love that they're just taking the design and just like.
It's like we planned the whole thing.
I love this. Stormcast with different body shapes.
Yorick Hammer. He's an absolute bruiser, a genuine tank of a model. Eddie, you have some of the details on him, right?
I know a little bit about.
So we got our tall, skinny ones. We got our broad ones. I love this.
Stormcast, one of the new Thunderstrike Brotherhood.
These are really cool.
And effectively, this is the hardest unit of Stormcasts in the whole game in terms of.
I wonder if they're even going to reveal.
So look at the shield on him.
The orcs today or not.
Cool. It's, the armor is really heavy. The thing that makes his kind of unique selling point, I suppose.
I'm so glad I decided to capture this moment of my life and record it on YouTube.
This guy is the hardest one to kill. So he's rocking a 2-up save.
These are some really cool
And the other
reveals.
thing about him is that they hit like a ton of bricks. So they kind of, when they charge in, they're kind of just a freight train of pain for the enemy army. So they dish out
I'm so here for
wounds.
this.
And then swinging that hammer, as you'd imagine, dishes out a few extra wounds as well. So a really a useful unit for your army, an absolute solid anchor for your battle line. If you think Stormcasts are all about, the hammer and the anvil, as they should be, this guy can be either quite happily.
Perturabo in the chat, he's part of a unit, I believe.
He is part of a unit.
The thing I've been doing is craning my head, trying to work out what the shape is on the flat edge of his hammer. Like, I want to know what it is he's going to deboss into your face when he's in melee. I can't wait to find out.
Some really nice little touches on that miniature as well. I think one of the nice things about a lot of the Stormcast is on their armor.
I will be starting a Stormcast Eternals army and painting it in the Hades color scheme.
Or tamed
Thank
or
you.
gone on quests for. So there's loads of kind of Leonine aspects to this guy. You've got that kind of big lion chest plate.
I don't want to take up too much of the screen.
That kind of gives you an idea about the nature of the role of the Stormcast models in your army.
Mostly just want to be here with you to enjoy this moment of our lives and capture it forever.
This guy is a lion. He is the guy who goes in, charges straight in, swinging, basically.
So yeah.
More.
I had a hunch, and the chat certainly.
I don't care about the stats.
The twin-tailed comet, the Sigmar, as it were. So.
You can imagine like a Chaos Warrior standing in front of him and kind of taking one of those hammers to the face.
I agree, Zach.
Having the twin-tailed comet embedded in the.
Well, it's almost like a Maker's Mark at that point, isn't it? Where somebody like bang their stamp.
I did buy a Basher, yeah.
That is pretty cool.
Yeah, they look great.
Lie. As this shelf there is my Hallowed Knights. I'm very proud of them. I really enjoy them, and so I am genuinely stoked that we're going to get to
more
to not only their lore but also the miniatures range as part of this new release and this new edition.
Yeah,
we should probably
style like
give
harsh
a chance
blacks.
For the studio. Let me explain. When we're at Warhammer
I don't know what color
Festival
scheme
life,
exactly.
We're not lockdown pandemic world and all scattered into our homes.
It's like an
Festival,
evolution of the
guys
existing aesthetic. I agree with
Togetic. Come in and tell us all about the things they've been working on. And we're very lucky today that some of the talented folks from the Warhammer studio, Jez Bickham, Phil Kelly, and Ben Johnson, have got together separately in a carefully socially distanced interview room to tell us all about some of the features of this new edition and some of the models that you've seen. And you really couldn't ask for 3 more passionate, committed, and knowledgeable people in the entirety of the Warhammer Million. So let's give them a few minutes to give you the lowdown.
I think this is just an interview, though. We're not gonna. I don't think we're getting new model reveals here. If we do, that would be cool.
The 3rd edition of Age of Sigmar, without doubt, is the best one we've done. It's going to blow your socks off, mainly because it builds on the really strong foundations of the 2nd edition, where we really spoke about what the mortal realms were like. Now we're putting in new cities, new protagonists, new gods and wars, and we're seeing a whole new frontier.
New gods.
We've looked at every single aspect of Age of Sigmar. We've been building this game for 5-6 years now. We've gone back to the background and the world and gone, what detail does this need? What stories are we telling here?
Was that just the same guy, but they took a beard off? They just take the beard off? Is that the same guy?
We've added a load of exciting new stuff as well. It's going to be the ultimate version of Age of Sigmar. The lore for Age of Sigmar has really been
it's just one guy,
redefined with this edition. One of the things we really wanted to do was drill down into the fact that the realms are really overrun by chaos still. The story
I
of
love
Sigmar
this art
is
in
that chaos
Bellacore.
won. This is the fight back to reclaim the realms, and we really wanted to focus on that and make it seem like the realms are horrific, terrifying places to be, and to be a good guy in the mortal realms is to be outnumbered, it's to be grasping onto the slimmest sliver of hope, but hope is there nonetheless.
This is Sigmar's opportunity with the Forces of Order to take back those realms. We started that with the Cities of Sigmar and the Seeds of Hope. This pushes it into Dawnbringer Crusade, so this is where the bell rings in the morning.
New cities.
And then elves.
I want rules for Azir. Oh no.
Head out into the Chaos Wastes to reclaim that territory for Sigmar and expand the kingdoms of light and darkness.
Agreed,
Attacked almost
Babu.
immediately by the forces of chaos or death or destruction. 1 in 1,000.
How Minis News Network. Hi, guy. You're just in time. You missed all the reveals, but you're nice to see you.
Another key thing of this new era, the era of the beast, is that it isn't just destruction that's on the rise. Order are also stepping up their game, and one part of that is that the maker god, the creator god, Grumni, he's an old friend of Sigmar's, they're old allies, and he's started to help Sigmar launch a new version of a Stormcast Eternal, wearing something called Thunderstrike armor. Now, Thunderstrike armor has a very strong connection to Azir, the realm of heavens. That connection, which links the Stormcast Eternal to the heavens, is now stronger than ever, and it needs to be. Indrasta, the Celestial Spear, is a champion of Sigmar. She is up there with the Celestant Prime as one of Sigmar's main weapons in the fight against chaos. She's a monster hunter, and she's never happier than when she's slaying things left and right. Unfortunately, as with all Stormcast Eternals, her soul, her personality, her memories are starting to erode every time she gets reforged. And now she really
My
is
thoughts
all about
exactly,
war
Paul
and
H. Yeah, it's cool to
so
hear
the other
about
Stormcast are
Grumny
beginning
again.
to think, oh boy, she's walking a dangerous path here. But that's the sacrifice that Stormcast Eternals have to make to essentially win victory in the hostile mortal realms.
There's a few design goals that we wanted to achieve with the new edition of Age of Sigmar, from a rules point of view. One of those was to split out and break up the rules so that there is clear and concise. Also looking at the double turn. We really wanted to keep that, and we really wanted to introduce...
I wonder if they're saving the orc reveal for later, because they're worried it will seem too similar to yesterday's reveal.
And make a really interesting choice there for people. If you choose to go second in the battle round, you get more command points. And command points now interact with different abilities throughout the different phases, which also lead to less downtime during a phase. So a big thing that I wanted to look at was match play, particularly how you build your armies in match play. So War Scroll Battalions being one of those things where in match play sometimes there's a bit of an imbalance where there's haves and there's have-nots. And that's something we wanted to address, and I think that's what we did very well.
I might, Stephen. I might do streams more often.
On this. We've looked at everything that could be improved and think we've improved it as well. When you see the new core rules, they've been pulled apart, expanded, retooled. Everything we hope is completely watertight. We've really explained everything that needs to be explained. There should be no room for ambiguity or interpretation at all in this. We really wanted to make a game that was simple to use, full of incredible depth, that keeps you interested and excited throughout every phase of the game, and it completely brings a new light onto all your miniatures and their rules as well. You'll be coming to your army fresh eyes with Age of Sigmar 3. It's going to be very, very exciting indeed.
It is genuinely the best edition that we've ever done.
I feel like this might be it in terms of reveals for today.
And if you've never played before, it's a perfect chance to dive in.
They usually put these interviews near the end.
That was great. It's always lovely to hear from the guys in the Warhammer studio. And I always get a kick, particularly out of when we get to hear Jez and Phil and Ben talk about it.
Will be orcs. So just you watch, guys.
Passionate and involved in it, and it's exciting to see what they brought together and curated for this new edition.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the Age of Sigmar team, I think a lot of people who've been following Age of Sigmar over the past few years have commented multiple times how great a place that game system is in, and the miniatures, the game, the rules, everything about it is really fun. And I think Broken Realms, we've really seen the lore start to manifest into something really exciting and thematic. And I think the new edition is just going to pick that up and run with it, basically.
Yeah, absolutely. So what we've done in a almost cruel-hearted manner is tease you some of.
I think we've got some pictures first, Adam.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
You're getting excited here.
Okay, maybe. All right.
So,
maybe you're right, Guy.
is,
Maybe it will be versus
the
Chaos.
The Celestial Spear, in a stunning piece of artwork as she smashes into what.
But like, what would it be?
Horrible chaos landscapey / monster thing.
Would it be
this
Khorne
is
again?
the cover of the new rulebook for Warhammer Age of Sigmar, and you.
I am not taking that bet, Guy. I don't have as much money as you.
Gives you a sense of the kind of
nightmare hell that she's
the nightmare hell setting that Warhammer Age of Sigmar is.
And after seeing this art, I think you're probably right. It might be
of,
chaos.
A celestial warrior smashing down into a realm beset on all sides by chaos. So very much a microcosm of the entire setting captured. But a very cool piece of art. That is your rulebook cover, and some hints.
Okay, if that's the rulebook cover, yeah.
And obviously you can look forward.
It'll probably
to,
be
a
versus
little bit more
chaos. You're right.
Of what those rules are going to be on the Warhammer community website over the coming weeks and months. And of course, a new edition means some seismic changes to the lore. So we
rifled very
through the
cool
book
looking.
and tried to find a picture that represented what looked like seismic changes, and this was the one that we found. So this is we're not entirely sure what's going on here actually, but
maybe Chaos Undivided in the main box
of some sort. But
well, I think it's clear for everyone that the
maybe
events that are going to be depicted in the new edition.
Whatever's in the new edition box has to be like something that everyone will want, though.
Truly realm-shattering events taking place. Gods are awakening.
I'm curious. I'm really curious. I honestly don't know now. I thought it was going to be orcs.
I'm excited to see where the dice land, as it were, as we welcome in the new edition.
What?
My favourite thing we got quite excited about this in the sort of pre-show as we were talking about what to cover off. This is a map of, I believe, the realm of
beasts. Yeah. So this is Gur, which is the realm of beasts. This is where a lot of the action of the new edition is going to take place. So what's exciting about this is that
maybe it will be destruction though.
So early in the Age of Sigmar, we saw a lot of the realm of fire, a lot of the realm of life. We've recently seen quite a lot of exploration of the realm of shadow and the realm of light in the various elven shapes. We haven't spent a huge amount of time in the realm of beasts, but the new edition is going to have that front and center, particularly that large region at the top. You can see Thunder.
I just think story-wise, it makes sense that it's going to be orcs. The way the story has been going.
So the city of Excelsis is on there as well, which is.
And we got first edition was chaos, second edition was death. It makes sense we would get a destruction in the third box.
The far left of that,
I was really excited by this one.
The far left of the map, you can see Beastgrave. So if you've been playing games of Warhammer,
there's always been
maps
maps
the past couple of years,
in the recent books at least.
That's where they've all been happening. In that little tiny hex there.
But this is pretty cool.
It's really nice to see the worlds of Warhammer Age of Sigmar come together, and I think that the Age of Sigmar team has done a wonderful job over the past.
I'm not taking the bet.
Years, really, of really making.
I don't have an extra $300 lying around.
And also that the events in some of those really big narratives feel like they really matter. So like when cities fell in the Broken Realms, people were like, wow, that's a really big deal. Like a whole city has just fallen, or gods have risen, monsters have fallen. The events matter in Age of Sigmar, and the story keeps rolling, and that's what makes it really exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's something just exciting about maps for me. I've always liked maps.
Hi, Taylor.
Books and fantasy novels, and throughout Warhammer's history and so on. And you start to look at it and wonder what stories you can tell with you and your friends' armies and stuff as you look. Oh, wouldn't it be cool to fight there? I like there's land spurs joining them. There's areas that look like monsters' jaws. It's fantastic.
I still think it
works. I think I can go on to the thing I was going to say before you reminded me that I haven't said the things that we just said, which is, of course, that we have somewhat teased you. There's no surprise, perhaps, that some of the things that you've seen here will make up the content.
I'm not taking your bet.
A boxed set when the new edition of Warhammer Age of Sigmar drops, and we have a bit of a clue as to what the
they're going to reveal it right now.
Adversaries can be. But we're going to leave you with that. So what remains for now is for us to tie up what has been for myself and hopefully for Eddie and Raph and our moderators and everybody here at Warhammer Community who's contributed, a really fun way to spend a week getting excited about Warhammer with all of you. Warhammer Fest isn't just exciting for all of you, the fans, who get to
just
come
join your
and
Patreon.
20,000 people, however many it is, that turn up to a venue in the middle of England, and we all get excited for a day or 2 days.
No lag.
It's a chance for the Warhammer Studio to meet people and for us to have conversations with all of you who love this
Going
hobby
to
that
beat
we work
orcs.
on and we're excited about face to face. And I feel like this has been the next best thing. So I really do want to thank everybody who's turned up and been excited in the chat, whatever even if you were disappointed because you didn't get the exact flavour of Warhammer you wanted. It's been lovely to have you with us. I know the Warhammer Studio pour their heart and soul into everything that we've shown you, and it's been just great to have the privilege to show
something we can all agree on.
I want
Stormcast
to
versus
thank all of you
Crabs.
from me, from Eddie Eccles, from Raf behind the camera, who's made sure that everything works smoothly, from our moderator team, who've kept everything going so smoothly, from the entire Warhammer community and Warhammer Studio teams, and from everybody else here at Games Workshop for joining us and having
Wait, where's our tease?
great hobby experience.
Did it happen?
And I really hope we can do it again. We will be back in less than a month with
Did I
more
miss
previews.
it?
There are, I believe, 2 more previews coming in the month of May. Is that right?
That may well be the case, Adam, yes.
Sweet. So there we go. There's loads more. We are fully on the road to Warhammer Age of Sigmar 3rd edition, and I can't wait to share that journey with all of you. It has been a delight. Thank you wherever you are, and we'll leave you with this little teaser of a thing to come.
Orcs, 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 orcs. Or maybe Skaven, actually. I still wouldn't be surprised if it was Skaven.
3 brave soldiers went to the bog. One disappeared right into
It's
the
Nurgle,
fire.
I'm gonna be so mad. I
2
fucking
brave soldiers
I hate Nurgle
went
so
to the
much.
mire. One disappeared from around the fire. 1 brave soldier went to the fen. None of the soldiers were heard of.
Might be
again.
Skaven. Skaven or Chaos. Oh, it's something new. Interesting. New breed. Interesting. Wait, let's watch that again. How do I rewind? Oh, I can't. I mean, it could... I think it's about time we got a refresh on, I think Skaven wouldn't surprise me. Yeah. Could be. Could be Skaven. Let's take another look at that trailer. Red Eyes does fit with Skaven. Be like a new, but it says something... Maybe it'll just be something completely new. I mean, that was my prediction from a while ago, Guy, that we would see a race of bugs in AOS. I mean, there's precedent for it in the lore. They kind of hinted towards it in Beastgrave. I think it's something new. I hope so, Plaid PVC. Hold on, let me try and get that trailer again. Actually, I should probably just get it on YouTube, shouldn't I? Let me see if I can... Yeah, I think it'll definitely be something like spooky, witchy themed, for sure. Let me see if I can... I might be able to get the trailer on YouTube. Hold on. If they put it up, I'll see if I can get it. It also wouldn't surprise me if it's like a new sub-faction of Broths. Like, that are more like fairy tale, like, themed. Like swampy kind of vibes. That would not surprise me. I think it would be very cool if it was I mean, we did get a completely new faction with Nighthaunt in the last one, so it's possible. Okay, let me see if I can get that trailer again and we can take another look at it. Yeah, I think it could be. Oh, really? Femir are the swamp monsters of Warhammer, so it could be Femir. I think it'll be something aesthetically cool that like everyone can get behind, kind of like the Nighthawk were, like something that makes everyone want to buy the box, even if you're not gonna use them. That's my guess. Let me see if they put up the trailer yet. Then we can discuss it. But I agree with whoever said that in the chat, that hopefully this will give free guilds more stuff to do. It really looks like they're going for a cool new vibe with 3rd edition. Oh my god, my computer is gonna die. Let me close the... Come on. My computer's chugging so bad right now, I'm sorry guys. Okay. Looks like it's not up yet. Yeah, it's Stormcast versus Turn of 28. I mean, yeah, I think my bet is probably on Skaven, but like Skaven refresh in the same way that we got the Necron refresh, like Primaris Skaven, you know, like a new breed of Skaven kind of. I know that Vince Venturella was one of his theories was that Skaven would be the new like main Chaos faction for 3rd edition, which would be really interesting.
Moderator team who've kept everything going so smoothly, from the entire Warhammer community,
Twitch is working
Warhammer
again.
studio teams, and from everybody
Maybe
else
we will
here at
get
Games
to watch
Workshop
the
for
trailer
joining us.
again. They will absolutely have an Indomitus style limited set for 3rd. Interesting theory, Rominator. Thank you for the donation. I think it's got to be something like that, right? Like little. I think whatever it is, it'll be like little gremlins. Whether it's Grots or Skaven, it'll be like cute little gremlins that like people want to paint, even if they don't want to collect the army. Similar to how Nighthaunt did that, or even like Necrons. Everyone wanted those Necron models, even if they didn't want to play them. Yeah. Yeah, I think I would be happy if it was something new, Queensberry. I would be very happy if it was something new. Let me see if I can get that trailer. I don't think it's working. So... yeah, I think whatever it is, it'll be something we all want to paint. The video is on the community site post near the bottom. Okay, I'm on it. I am on it. For now, you can look at Tyrannosaurus thumbnail, and I will go to the community page and try and find it. Where is it? If the stream suddenly shuts down, it's because my computer stopped working. I'll buy if I do more streaming, I'll buy a new PC this year. Is it on here? I don't see it. I don't see the trailer on the community site. Whoever said that it was on there, I can't find it. Okay. I think this is probably a good place to end. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Thank you, Warhammer team, for putting on such an amazing week. And please don't give me a cease and desist letter for streaming this on my YouTube channel. Yeah. So I'm going to go and work on this week's video, which will be a collab with a couple other YouTubers. You can see kind of a teaser for what that's going to be on the screen right now. Have a lovely weekend, and I will see you next time we have a big reveal like this. Oh wait, scroll to the bottom, there's a picture. Alright, I'll take a look. We might have to do it. Oh my god, thank you, Zach. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It's at the bottom? What are you talking about? Is it actually here? I don't see it. I'm looking. I don't see it. There's a lot of videos down there, but I don't see any... I don't see the new trailer that we just watched. Are you just messing with me? I don't see it. Yeah, it's not on here for me. Okay. So I am gonna go. Have a good weekend, everyone. And I will see you later. Bye. Have a good weekend.